Ah, ma io l'avevo caputo, no?
La piazza è mia, la piazza è mia! È mia la piazza.
The street is mine. The square is mine. Said a character from a famous Italian film in which the people of the village meet in the evening at the cinema. In a current context, what can we mean by appropriating a public space? More often, cities are playing for a better vehicular flow, so that cars, public transport, and trucks can move more quickly. Now the cities are inhabited on a transport and we walk few times. In this issue of Vitamina C, we will talk about urban planning, the streets, and the right to build a city. We know that this invitation to watch this episode will not be able to reject it. Put on some comfortable shoes, we are going to go around the avenues. How can we make the street stop being just for a space for displacement of motorized transport and recover its function for enjoyment? In many aspects, cities have become something very similar to a road. That is to say, an infrastructure for transport. If we go back to history, the street has had a great variety of functions. For 5,000 years, they have been, before being what they are now, a place for reunion, socialization, gambling, learning, and recreation. For our parents and grandparents, the street was an extension of the house. Today is a noisy, polluted, rude space dominated by movement. As pedestrians, we are also obliged to comply with rules which, if we do not respect, jeopardize our security. Is it possible to recover our streets? Can we reappropriate urban spaces that enable a good life in the city? Urbanism is a group of disciplines that studies human settlements to make a diagnosis, understanding, and intervention. One of the objects of the study of urbanism are the cities. That is to say, it takes action in the search of a better organization of the city and its territory. Urbanism poses a human right, the vindication of urban spaces as places for what they were done, people. The right to the city is an issue that takes interest, has given rise to social movements and even political parties. In some countries, it has been recognized as an institutionalized right, and laws are being created to reinforce it. If we take into account that more than half of the world's population lives in the cities, and that many of these have become difficult and even dangerous places to live, it is a good time to look for ways to retake the streets, to return to the practices for which they were made, and of which they can now be beneficial in many aspects. Rehabilitating, compacting, and reusing are some of the principles of this new urbanism that invite us as citizens to take action in favor of which streets, avenues, open spaces, and alleys recover for coexistence. It is important to understand that these ideas do not refer to improving the city. That is to say, to eliminate what is already done and rebuild it again, but to make a better city, more respectful of the environment, inclusive, that allows the diversity, solidarity, and citizen participation. Let us not leave aside that the concept of citizenship arose in the cities, and from there it was universalized. The main role of the city is to be a place for people to integrate the members into equality for a collective well-being. Its use and exploitation, it is in everyone's interest. Historically, the city is an extraordinary product built by us to make people live better. Now stretch your feet, loosen the shoelaces of your shoes, and let us know your ideas and suggestions. Share this Vitamina C. See you in the next time.